So we're about 5 weeks from going and doing the Annapurna circuit, which should be fun. But we thought, well, I thought I would do a packing video before I packed, because why not? So I'm just going to run through the gear that I'm going to take, which is neatly laid out on this table because I had nothing better to do tonight. So let's just go through it. So the main event, I guess, is going to be our backpack, which is an Osprey. It's the Atmos AG50, which is very comfortable and going to be, going to be a friend by the end of this. It's an American-made pack sold in Europe. Difference between the American one and the UK one is this comes with a rain cover. The Americans don't get a rain cover because it never rains in America. Along with that, of course, I've got to go with all the Osprey accessories because, yeah, if you buy one thing, you've got to buy them all. So we'll make a start on hydration, because that's quite important. So we've got the 3 litre Osprey hydraulics pack, and that's been plumbed in with Sawyer Squeeze, which is a small water filter. So that's going to be in line, or it is in line, and then that'll feed through the bag. And should we, for whatever reason, want to drink rainwater or anything else that needs filtering, we're good to go. Hopefully, that, you know, from what's on the internet, there's plenty of fresh water, so it's not really essential, but better to have it, I think, just in case. And again, there's chlorine tablets, so plenty of those, just in case. I mean, they're not heavy, so why not just take them along? So that's hydration, and there's other little knickknacks I think we can get rid of. So sunglasses, because the sun's going to be there. We've also got a towel, of course, because we're going to be washing at some point. Probably not very often, but when we do wash, we'll probably want to dry ourselves. So that's the XL Treks Out towel. It's the biggest one I could find because I just want a bit of comfort. I mean, you can take a smaller one, that's absolutely fine, of course. But that was really great. We went up to Scotland last year. Fantastic size for me. But yeah, if you want to save a bit of weight, I think the towel is definitely the place, especially that's going to get wet and then you've got to lug it around. Next bit on my list is electronics, which is that department here. So obviously I've got a Gopro, which I'm going to take. We've got a battery pack there. We also have a torch, which is going to be necessary. Adapters, I've only got 2, so we've got an EU1 and we've got this round 3-pin one. I think there's also in Nepal you have a larger 2-pin. So if you see, I think those pins are different sizes. So I don't have that one, so I'm going to wing it or maybe buy another one. We've got 5 weeks to go, so who knows. The GoPro, if I didn't mention it, obviously it's in my hand, but that means I need a couple extra batteries, and it's got the case obviously, and a clip. So that's a clip which will goes on the bag, thus, or thereabouts actually. I think it goes the other way around, but it's an adjustable clip. And I've got the selfie stick which is on here, which absolutely essential. So that's the electronics pretty much done, which doesn't look very much. I have a phone as well, which is heavy, because all phones now are heavy. Looking at the other bits and pieces, we'll go through our toiletries and hand wash, I guess. So what I've got laid out over here, some hand wash, got some moisturiser cream because yeah, I get dry skin. Sun cream, because we're going to be in the sun. Travel wash, washing clothes, so that's, in theory, that's enough for 20 washes. We're going for about 20 days, so yeah, in theory that's okay if we perfectly dose it. I don't think I'm going to perfectly dose it, so I'm probably going to run out, but equally I'm probably not going to wash my clothes every day. We've got insect repellent just in case, and then vapor rub, just in case there are any bad smells anywhere. I'm sure there won't be at any point anywhere, but you never know. We do already the chlorine tablets, and then for other sort of personal care stuff we'll go over to the this little bag here, again, Osprey, because I like it. So we've got toothbrush, toothpaste, got a little first aid kit in there, just mainly painkillers and Imodium, that sort of stuff. And then down here we've got accessories, which we'll sort of come to in a second. Also going to need face masks. So I've only got one there, but I've got a whole pack of face masks which we can take. I mean, I don't know how many to take. They seem fairly strong, but they are disposable ones. So, yeah, not the best idea. I don't really like taking disposable stuff, but yeah, that's what I've got. Now, doing the other bits, we need to find our accessories, which are in here. So this isn't in the UK, again, this is a wash bag. In America, this is like an accessory pack or something. It's the same bag, and it's just got useful pockets. So in here, I've got some tethers. So they're just metal wires, basically. So they'll do for holding a GoPro to me, for example. Or for, should the pack break, I've got something I can at least try and put it back together with, in the worst case. We also have spare shoelaces. So my boots have been well used by now, and I think, yeah, it's just sensible. I would hate to be stuck without a boot lace somewhere bad. Well, not bad, I mean, it would be beautiful, but I'll still not have a shoe lace to put my shoe back together with. Just a little accessories bag, there's some tethers in there. The other fun bit we've got that I'm still toying with is tape. So just strong all-weather tape, because yeah, inevitably you're going to need to stick something back together. That's quite a large roll of tape. I might cut that down, but at the moment that's what I've got. Other bits in the sort of hardware department, we've got a little padlock, just in case I need a little padlock. It's not the greatest of padlocks. I really don't think it's going to stop anyone from doing anything, but it's a padlock. Also over there, you see we've got a little Leatherman, which is just the smallest Leatherman, so Leatherman Micro, but it's just a pair of scissors on there, and there's tweezers and stuff. So it's my multi-tool. Should it be needed? Hopefully it won't be needed, because yeah, shouldn't need to cut anything. And then we also have over there, we've got the little carabiners, just in case, again, for clipping things back together or hanging off the pack. Pack doesn't really come with anything that you can hang stuff from. It's not that kind of pack, but it's a nice looking pack still. But everything goes inside it, and yeah, actually that's the best way, unless it's wet, obviously. We'll come to that because I've got a solution. Also, that's a little bag of clothes pegs, just in case there's some washing to hang up, if I don't run out of washing powder and can be bothered to wash. But that's the sort of fun stuff, I guess. And then we'll go back to the packing sort of stuff. So obviously I'm an Osprey guy, so that's the wash bag roll. And then we've got the other toys from Osprey. So that's the air porter. So the air porter, that unfolds into a bag, which is big enough to put around the backpack. So when that goes in the hold, in theory it's protected. It's a really huge bag. That's the medium one. It is the right size for this size pack, but there's some space, which is fair enough. I mean, the poles are going to go on the outside, and so on. So maybe I do need that space, but there's a slight concern. So when I actually come to do the packing, I might figure out a way to just try and strap that bag down a little bit, so it's not got so much free fabric flapping around, so it doesn't get caught in stuff if there's conveyor belts and things like that. Other things we've got over here are, these are dry bags or dry sacks. They're obviously Osprey because I like Osprey. I've got an assortment of these. I don't know that I'm going to take all of them, but you get the idea. So I mean, this is the big one. It's basically a pack liner, so that's a 30 litre size. That's a 50 litre pack. That will line the main compartment of that quite happily. But as I say, there's a rain cover for that, so I'm not so concerned about wet getting in. I'm more concerned about things like this. So these are going to go in a dry bag because they're going to get squashed. If they explode over all my clothes, that's not going to be fun. And then this is just a gym bag. So lightweight gym bag, which is going to be my hand luggage, is the plan, because I don't want to have to carry another bag. I've actually got to get to the airport carrying that. So yeah, a little bag I can pull out just with the batteries and whatever else I want to take on board with me. It's fine. And then the plan with that and that is we find a nice left luggage place and then get rid of it, because that's, I think, half a kilo in itself, which is too much to be lugging around when it does nothing on the trek. It just keeps the bag safe in the plane. So we'll move on to the clothes department. So actually we missed the trek poles. They're just cheap trek poles off Amazon. There is nothing special about them. They work. They're not carbon fibre. They're probably not going to last, but they exist. Let's go through the other stuff we've got on the table. So it's clothes, as you can probably guess. We'll do the medical supplies. So that's a knee brace, a chunky knee brace. Should I need it? Hopefully I won't need it. I have done some damage to my knee sort of doing practice hikes, but it's better now, so I don't think I need that. Got a little neck snug thing, just a face cover for walking up the road if it's dusty. I'll just put that over a couple of rolls of toilet paper. Probably a good idea to pack those, maybe packing more, who knows. Moving on, gloves, obviously they're winter gloves, and then there are somewhere floating around, possibly still in the pack, not in the pack anymore. I've got a lightweight pair of gloves as well. So these are proper ski gloves, so they're going to be too warm for most days. But so I've got a pair of soft gloves, which are fine for normal wandering around. Again, I've got another neck snug thing. So this is a woolen one, again, winter clothes. Surprising how many clothes we're going to pack for the winter part of this, which is obviously when we're higher up. Because the actual lower down stuff, we don't really have much, but equally, you don't really need very much. So that's a neck thing. Then obviously beanie hat. Debating whether to get a different beanie hat, but that's the one I've got at the moment. There's a summer hat in there, so just a rimmed hat, just to keep the sun off. Quite worried about the sun. I've got one bottle of suntan lotion there, as I sort of mentioned. There's another one that might come along, but again, they're actually quite heavy things to carry, so, well, relatively speaking. So yeah, want to take the minimum possible of everything. Sock wise, we started off thinking we'll take 5 pairs. We've got it down to 3 pairs. Same with underwear, 3 pairs, and you're going to be wearing 1. So yeah, again, it's not a lot of clothes that we're taking. Same with tops. I've got 2 long sleeve tops. These are both the same tops. These are Columbia tops because I seem to like them. They're lightweight tops, and these aren't actually going to do much for keeping everyone warm. So, as well as those, we've got just a base layer. These are not thermal ones, but it is just another layer of clothing should it be required. I'm hoping it won't be required because I don't actually like wearing them because it's skin tight and it's, yeah, I don't like wearing Speedos, basically, no matter the size of them. So that's the base layer there. We looked at the underwear, which, yeah, we just looked at my underwear. It was a horrible thought. I've got trousers. So again, these are identical pairs of trousers. Again, Columbia, so I seem to like American stuff, I guess. Just, yeah, tracking trousers, basically. Nothing special about them. But 2 pairs of those, so we're going to alternate on those, see how we get on. And then we're on to the other gear. So I'm going to take some waterproof trousers with me. These are obviously, they're waterproof, they're windproof. So these are Birdhouse. I can't remember which ones they are, but they're Gore-Tex and they are pretty light. Fold up really small, and they're not going to take up, let's say they're light, they're not taking up space, so why not bring them along? If it's windy, I can put them on. If it's raining, I can put them on. If it's snow, I can put them on. So generally they can be worn like trousers that are waterproof. And then we'll move on to the Birdhouse Wardrobe. So we've got a Polartec fleece, so that's really warm. That's too warm, so you can't wear it casually. But yeah, nice thing to have. Got the proper down jacket, so that's Birdhouse Extreme one, because they can't spell it with an E on the end, so it's Extreme. lightweight, and yeah, probably shouldn't have got it because it's got the proper stupid hood for a helmet, and I'm not going to be wearing a helmet, but it's light, so why not? And it's warm. And then again, we've got another Birdhouse Extreme jacket with a stupid hat for a helmet. And that's the waterproof one, so the windproof one as well. I've been wearing that a lot around here locally, and yeah, it's been raining a lot, and it's just a nice jacket. So there's that, and then I think the last thing we've got to pack is the sleeping bag. So this is a Van Gogh Cobra 600, which I got a couple of years ago now. So it's -5 comfort, -12 limit, and then a -30 extreme. So that should be in the right range for what we're doing. So shouldn't have any issues sleeping. Probably going to be a bit warm most of the time, is the problem. And yeah, if you read the guides and stuff, using the blankets and stuff that's provided is probably not the best idea. Then the last major item is obviously the boots. The boots have done some walking, and as you can see, they're covered in mud. They are both looking a little bit sorry for themselves these days. They need to be cleaned up. I went out yesterday and the day before, in the mud and rain, and they have obviously picked it all up and brought it in. It was getting dark yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to clean them, and I haven't done it today either. So that's how they're going to stay for a week probably. And then my floors are going to get covered in dry mud, and then I'm going to be unhappy with myself. But that's how life goes. As I say, this is 5 weeks before we go, so it's not a set list necessarily at this stage. I'm probably going to change it after reading more and chatting more. You know, there's other bits. You see, I've got boxes of junk. So there's some gaiters in there, for example, which might go. They might not, because I don't think we're going to need them so much. Or I hope we don't need them so much, especially if I've already got the waterproof trousers. And then you've got other camping accessories that have come from my rubbish collection. I'll just explain the inline filter a little bit. So that's the 3 litre bladder, and this was cheap on Amazon. So that's a 1.5 litre saddle pack type water bladder. So to splice that cable in, I worked out it was cheaper to buy this 1.5 litre saddle pack and hack off one of the cables, tubes rather. So that's what that is. So there's the original bit of tube, and then there's my second bit of tubing going around there, which means you probably gather in here I have a whole spare accessory pack. So I've got the spare magnet, spare pipe valve, and that's a spare connector as well. So again, you know, as I go through this again later on, probably gonna take that out of that bag and put it back in my my kit somewhere, so I can have that spare with me just in case. Because I did notice the pipe valve on that started to dribble, which is getting annoying. You know, also I've taken out twist ties, which are useful, but again, I've got shoelaces and I've got tethers. Do I really need twist ties? I mean, I've got bags. You know, as with anything, I mean, if you find you need it when you get there, obviously I'm going to miss it, but hopefully not. So anyway, I guess that is everything from my exciting not packing. I mean, the only thing to say is I've obviously, that's a list of everything, so everything has been weighed, the quantity's decided, so I know that the total weight is going to be, with 3 litres of water, it will be under 15 kilos, which isn't so bad. We're not going to have a porter service, so it's carrying everything ourselves, so you want to keep it as low as possible. And then with the 3 litre water pack, obviously most days we probably don't need the 3 litres, so just fill up with, you know, 2, 1.5, whatever we need, and that'll take some of the weight off, which probably be a great relief. And then on the longer days we can fill it right up or where we need to. It's not as if there's nowhere to get water, so should be good to go. And that's a cup of coffee in the middle, which I'm going to drink.